What do you mean chainsaws were invented to perform C-sections? Honestly, women should look at doctors, nurses, and other certain care providers and start barking because
All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the number one podcast on the Earth, where we get to talk to great people about great things. Today, we have somebody that I'm excited to get into. Get into. Whoa, let me. I'm
It's
excited.
Pride Month. It's okay.
I'm excited to pick his mind a little bit just to see how far it goes. I'm trying to jump deep inside the rabbit hole of the one and only René Jay. So I want y'all to clap it up and welcome into the part of the show. Welcome in.
Thank you.
What's up with you?
Hey, what's happening, bro? What's going on?
How you doing today, bro?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, I'm feeling really good. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm excited for this interview. It's hot, and I just want to get started.
It's really hot. I feel that.
I started this episode with just one of your clips just in case someone that want that's just for some people that's not 100% aware. But if you had to, if you're for your own, I like to give people that own platform to address themselves, to introduce themselves firstly. So if someone was looking at this that never saw one of your videos, that have like, who is this guy and what is he doing on this platform? I want you to give a nice two-piece. Who is René Jay?
Okay. I'm René Jay. I am a comedian from Baltimore, Maryland, and I talk about women's health online. I kind of got into this last year where I've been doing a series just entertaining people with the information I've been learning. And outside of that, I just talk about politics, Black health, Black people's struggles. Just as much, if I can make a joke and educate you at the same time, that's what I do online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I feel like that's a perfect explanation. I feel like that's the exact type of feel I get when I watch some of your content. And I wanted to ask you, like, when you started posting that type of thing, what was going on around in your life? Like, how did you get into posting that? I mean, it's a rarity that you just start posting about women's health, let alone just commentary content as yourself. So how did you get introduced to that?
I kind of stumbled onto it. I was just reading a post that somebody said that pads and tampons, they just had blood tested on it 3 years ago, which is like kind of crazy because like you've seen pad commercials. Every woman in your life has needed a pad or a tampon sometime in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like to think that everything that we've like seen in passing as a man,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that like those tools have only had blood tested on 3 years ago, it's like, what the hell is happening? So I post about it. What, like, you shouldn't feel uncomfortable. Like, this is a thing that's happening to 50% of the population, right?
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like, that's the thing. It's like we feel uncomfortable because we've never had a chance to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I feel uncomfortable talking about it every single time I post about it. I'm not gonna, and it's just because of the fact that it's like no one's really giving me the ability to like have these conversations outside of class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember the first time, like in health class, you had like sex ed for like those like that 1 week
In high school?
I remember in 5th or 6th grade for me. Like,
mine was in high school.
Yours was in high school.
Yes.
Yeah, mine was in 5th grade.
No, matter of fact, it was in middle. I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
So yeah, close to high school.
Okay, yeah. So like, you had that 1 week, and then outside of that, you just hear things in passing. Like, people might talk to you about it, and people might not, and that depends on what state you're in.
Exactly.
So it's like, I started talking about that online. I posted it on TikTok, and the amount of comments that I was getting in DMs of different women telling me is like, if you think that's bad, you should hear about this. You think that's bad, you should hear about that. And it's like, wait, what's happening? I've never seen any of this. So I started researching the things that they were sending me from like different types of like diseases or like health facts or anything like that. And after a while, I started posting about what I was learning as I was going through it. So it was like, at first it was just, the first few days I was just posting like, hey, this is what I've learned. But then I started tracking, like, it's day 7, it's day 10. Now I'm like up to like days 80 something.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, that's one thing. You already answered one of my questions, but I was going to ask you previously.
Yeah.
You said you just stumbled upon it, just
Yeah.
scrolling. I was going to ask you, was there like a personal partner or a personal female friend that introduced you into that rabbit hole type of thing as far as women's health?
No. That's what's so crazy about this whole situation. I just kind of stumbled onto it myself and was entertaining myself because of the crazy facts I was learning.
Okay.
And so it was like, if I don't know this, what other doors have I not opened in my life?
Exactly.
The thing is that after I started this process, my friends started coming out and telling me about their own personal stories. And I'm like, we've been friends for like a decade.
And you never heard none of that
Never
stuff.
heard of any of that. Like, and I'm talking about the most personal things. I'm like, you've been having these struggles by yourself for years. You know, like I had one friend, she told me about, it's a big old word, vestibulodynia.
Holy guacamole.
Yeah.
Could you repeat that?
Vestibulodynia.
I would never remember a word like that.
And that's because I've talked about it so much, it's now in my head. Like, and I think that's going to be there forever. But it's literally the nerve endings on the like outside of your vagina is essentially is incredibly sensitive. So she can't sit down, she can't put in a tampon. If she has sex, she's in pain, and she's always going through this pain. But she can't talk about it. Nobody talks about it. Like, imagine if like the tip of your dick was like had pain, like as if you like pulled up a zipper too high. You done see even just exactly the fact that like I can say that and you are like I would need to say something to someone.
God damn.
Like, and she can't talk about it to nobody because nobody talks about these things.
Exactly.
And so the fact that I was able to like go over a subject like that online, and then she was like, hey, I have this. When did you find out about this? And she was just able to talk to me about it. And like to the point where she's had surgery for it. And a lot of her close friends don't have it. You know, it's stuff like that.
God damn.
So yeah, I stumbled on it myself, you know, to just answer. But
and with that type of content, you know, to bring in the popular factor, you know, most men our age is talking about like misogynistic red pill fuck bitches. Like when you I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We just curse, nigga. Like I'm cool. Like I don't have no problem with it.
But a lot of our demographic and our age range is particularly popular, most likely protrudes to that type of light. And with your dynamic, it's such a different and appropriate approach. When you were starting to produce that type of content, like was it like any bite back factor? Like was it any embarrassment or second thought, insecure in regards of doubling down on that type of content?
You know, I feel like there was a hesitation just because I'm like, is this even my place to talk about it? There was a lot of, at first, it was more of a outpour of like women reaching out and stuff like that. But then there was like a few guys that would like come out and say, oh, you a simp. Oh, you a bitch for this and all that kind of shit. And honestly, I understand where they're coming from because there's a lot of niggas out here that will do performative shit. So it's like, I get that part. But when it comes down to it, it is like it's hard to see the truth of a situation and to ignore it.
Yeah.
You know, like I imagine it like it's kind of funny, but it's like I imagine like the first time like a white person understands like a black person's problems. It's like but it's like going into this, I didn't realize how big of the situation it was. And like just certain like okay, today I found out that that doctors get paid less for doing procedures on women compared to men.
Hey yo. Even the birth part?
Yes.
But
so imagine that as a compounding thing, right? So if they get a procedure done on women, right? And that they get paid for that less. And then on top of that, there's the pay gap on top of that. So like if a man is doing the same procedure, he was getting paid less because he's working on a woman. But if a woman was working on a woman, she's getting paid less on top of that.
Godly.
So it's like things like that. When you see that kind of disparity, how can I even pay attention to the red pill shit? I'm not even in the algorithm. Yeah, like, exactly. I mean, and I used to see it all the time, and now I don't see that stuff at all.
Yeah.
And it's just because of the fact of what I'm putting out.
Exactly. At the end of the day, your algorithm is curated to what you look up.
Exactly.
It's the reason why a majority of men our age go to explore age, and there's a bunch of BBLs on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just comes down to what you look up. When you started getting into these topics, I hear you talk about PMDD and intro. How do you pronounce this?
What, PMDD?
Well, how do you pronounce this right here? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna use
It's
Siri.
fine. It's all good.
I'm gonna use Siri to do it because I'm a nigga. Let's see what Siri gotta say.
Endometriosis.
Oh, endometriosis. Okay.
What type of you know, like what out of all of these topics you've covered, what was the one that was like, this is immediately crazy, like about the sensitive outside of the vagina? Like what of out of all these
Oh no.
type of things you've covered is the most, when you first read about it, you just couldn't, it was astonishing.
The most astonishing thing that I can think of right now is that for C-sections. Okay, get this. So for
All right, this is for my mother. I had a C-section. My mother had a C-section for me.
okay,
So this is informal for me.
okay, this is informative for you. Okay, so two things about C-sections.
Okay.
Or I guess two things about birth in general. But the first thing would be C-sections. The start of C-sections was they used a chainsaw to open up women.
For what? For the stomach?
Yes.
Hey, yo.
That's what a chainsaw was created for. Now, it wasn't necessary for a C-section. It was called a cystostomy, which is basically like, instead of opening up underneath the belly button, they would open you up from like the bottom up. So it would be like the pelvis.
Fuck. From like down here?
Yeah, from like, no. Think about your gooch, like
Oh,
between your balls and your butthole.
Gee,
They would take a chainsaw and then cut into there. So this way they can open up the vaginal canal more. So this way you could come out.
So he had the C-section down here.
Basically. Yes. And that's how it would start. Now, there was no anesthesia at that time. So you're talking about women who are awake.
Did they survive
no
that?
pain.
Was it?
Depends on the woman.
Oh,
It depends on her.
Did she even take your vitamins?
Yeah, I don't know. And they started most of these things on enslaved Black women. So like that's the other crazy part. Like, so a lot of the birth of gynecology in general is been started from enslaved Black women. So the mothers of gynecology are Naka, Betsy, Lucy, and these women were in Georgia. And this doctor named Dr. Marion Sims, he would just do these crazy experiments on women, trying to figure out like what was possible in terms of what they could do on women that wouldn't cause too much pain, but they kind of would just do anything
Just
because
trying shit out.
Just trying shit out because of the fact that they didn't want to do experiments on white women. And it sounds like a conspiracy, but like at the end of the day, that's how all of that started.
No, exactly, 100%. I believe you.
Right.
That's one thing for sure. From watching your content and learning about stuff about the female body in general, I've always said this before, but now I've more doubled down on it. Is that the female is literally like they're superheroes? You know what I mean?
They are.
Nigga, when I stub my toe, I gotta lay down. I gotta take a nap.
Exactly. Whenever I get sick, I'm down for like a week and a half, and they'd be back at work, and it's so crazy. It's the other thing about births that was like kind of crazy to me. Wait, what was I gonna say? It was you know what? Completely forgot about it. I hope we edited that out.
Yo, you forgot? You just had a brain fart?
I did have a brain fart, and that's the thing. It's because all these things be happening.
Well, I do want to ask you now, just to switch away from that. Hopefully you think about it later. We can come back to it. Was there ever a topic or ever a video that you posted that you were wrong? Like you ever made an incorrect, like you ever stated something that was false in your video?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I think it was the chainsaw thing. And it was mainly because of the fact that I thought it was for a C-section and was for the other surgery, which was the cystostomy. But it's because of terminology and everything like that. But I've gotten a lot of terminology wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong at the end of the day.
Like you told me previously, you didn't professionally study at a university.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't study this in school or anything like that. I was a caretaker, but that was for an old man. But besides that, I don't have any formal training in any of this. It was more so.
You was really a caretaker?
Yeah.
I was a caretaker.
Hey, let's go.
Healing the world.
I've never had that moment in my life. It was like, you caretake, I caretake. You wipe ass, I wipe ass. Yeah. Never heard that before.
Hey man, shout out to the old people. I don't like that job no more. I hope they good, but shit.
Yeah. No, caretaking was a great experience. I really loved it. I realized I wanted to go into the medical field, but I don't know what the best avenue is, considering like this administration.
Mhm.
With school funding being taken away like at all times, I'm like, nigga, what am I supposed to do? So, with this experience, I've been talking to a lot of different doctors and everything like that. So it's been helping me make sure that the information I'm putting out is correct. I do a lot of due diligence on cross-referencing a lot
Mhm.
of my topics and everything like that, either with the books I read. I've talked to some of the authors of the books that I read.
Mhm.
There's like a few professionals that I talk to who I'm like really surprised that they'll reach out and say, hey, this video was wrong. And so there's only been 2 times where I've had to take a video down because I'm like, oh, that's just misinformation.
Mhm.
Like I don't have a problem doing that, you know?
Mhm.
And then I will put up the correction
That's great.
like
That's
soon
good.
after. Yeah.
That's good. Just a little bit. Another thing that I do want to note while we're live recording here,
Yeah.
we had one thing I do appreciate about your. I was talking with you briefly before about how you studied about it, and you was talking about going to the library and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And I do want to commend you because niggas don't go to the library. I think we're the
It's
only 2 people in this room with a library card.
Yeah.
Y'all got library cards?
Okay, hey,
You got a
okay.
library card?
Oh, you
Oh,
used to.
hell
Hey,
no.
we gotta get you that
gotta
library
get you in
card.
that. You gotta get you that. You know, in Arundel County public library system, they just introduced a new thing where you can rent out a free state park pass.
Really?
So if you have a Arundel County public library card, you can like book out a free park pass with a discounted boat rental and shit like that to any
I
state
didn't
park.
know that.
Yeah, it's just was implemented literally like beginning of this month.
Okay.
So it's fresh.
Oh wow.
I'm in line.
Yeah, I need to go. I
Yeah,
didn't
so
even
I
know that was a
definitely,
thing.
if people watching this don't take anything, go get your library card. It benefits so much. I get free newspaper subscriptions. I get
Yeah.
to read the paper and stuff like that. It's so many free stuff and great things that you can just from having a library card.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I did was like I when I started this process, I was like, I need to go to the library. I need to find like the most relevant most relevant books that I can find.
Mhm.
There's this one book called Invisible Women.
Mm.
And it's like about the research gaps that happen within like women's health and just
Wow.
data in general, right?
Wow.
And that was the first book that I picked up. Definitely recommend it. It's like a fantastic read.
Invincible Woman?
No, Invisible Women. Invisible, like they, you can't see them.
Woman.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff that I found out throughout that book. Like,
By Francis Ray.
no, is by I want to say Claudia Cradio Perez. I could be wrong about that.
Oh yeah, Perez. Yep, I see it
Okay,
right here.
all
Bet
right.
I got you.
Who's the author?
It's the one you said.
Okay.
Caroline Perez.
Oh, it's Caroline. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, Caroline Perez. That's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a fanatic myself. I'm a book reading person myself,
No, I understand.
and I feel like more people should be.
Yeah.
I feel like more people should be. But to get back into, let's make a shift in a more different dynamic here. We've been talking about everything about women's health. I want to talk about men awareness to women's health. What is something that you learned about from just as a man, like something that you learned what's something that you learned from men's health just from this new discovery that just from reading about women's health? Or something that you feel
I got you. We don't get vaccinated for HPV.
HPV.
HPV is a very common STI.
Mhm.
So it like literally anybody can get it. I'm gonna say a good 90% of like the world has it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like just about everybody can have it.
Oh,
Does
okay.
not affect men.
Okay.
That's why it doesn't really matter to us.
Mhm.
So that's the whole point of that. The thing is that we can give it to women very easily. So that's what leads to cervical cancer.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the one thing that like I would recommend for men to like pay attention to is in the sense of like getting checked for themselves. There's no clear test that you can have for HPV, but you can get tested for just about anything, right? The other thing is that the one thing I didn't know, when you get tested for STDs, did you know that you don't get tested for herpes like automatically?
What?
Yeah.
I need to go to the doctor right now.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you don't get, they test you for just about everything and then they skip over herpes.
For what though?
No, it's
Because
just
like they wait till you can visually see it or something.
Basically.
Hey yo.
Yeah, so if you don't have like an actual symptom of herpes, which is like seeing like, the bumps, then they're going to be like, well, this is not something you came in for. They're thinking that you came in for like chlamydia, syphilis, like things like that.
The next time I'm going to my doctor's like, yeah, you here for your yearly checkup? Like, no, I'm here for the herpes test.
Yeah, exactly. Get tested for everything. And the thing is that it's so easy for us to pass that along to women without us having symptoms for it.
Exactly. You can be asymptomatic, and you don't have to have the bumps. It's in your body, though.
Exactly. And so that's the one thing that I think I discovered the most is because I always just assumed that on both sides of the spectrum, that it don't matter who you are, you're just going to see a symptom like immediately. Mm-hmm. And it ain't like that.
Okay. Yeah. I want to hit you with the conspiracy theory.
Hit me.
All right. So a lot of I got this theory from misogynistic rabbit hole, best way to put it.
No, I get it. Yeah.
And the whole thing is like, you don't want a woman with a high body count because like every guy that has been within them like is still there. You know what I mean?
No, that shit crazy. That shit is so crazy.
It's like they basically made it seem like if you have a baby with a child with a high body, if you have a baby, if you have a baby with a woman with a high body count, then like every man that she's been with, like that's all DNA, that's all in there type thing. That's basically how they try to put it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense off rip. Okay, from a biological point of view, from like even just from a funny point of view, like, are you with every woman that you've slid into? No, like it's not. That's not how that works. Like one, okay. So there's two things that come to mind. One, a vagina is like a self-cleaning thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like every single month, it's cycling through.
It's getting that shit out.
It really is, right? And then at the same time, you have the fact that it's a muscle. So like it's literally tightening. I mean, there's never been a time where I've like entered. That's crazy. There's never been a time where I've been inside of someone
and it was loose.
Yeah. Like how that idea is, that's kind of crazy, but like it's never been something I've experienced. And because of the fact that it's a muscle, it will contract. If she can have a baby, mm-hmm. and then she goes and she heals and she's back to normal, essentially. I don't understand how that could be a thing. Mm-hmm. Here's something that's crazy. So right after a woman has a baby, right, there's something that doctors will do that's like really unprofessional at times, and they won't even tell the woman that they're doing this. It's called a husband stitch.
Husband stitch.
Yeah, they'll put an extra stitch in. So when a woman has a baby, there's a lot of times that her perineum will split. So the section in between her pum pum and her butthole. Okay?
When the girls,
I'm trying to like make it funny. So
basically, when you talk next time you're talking to a woman and she tell you that she tore, that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So in between her vagina and her asshole, right? Yeah. So like if she tears that, you have to stitch that up. The thing is that there's times where a doctor will put in an extra stitch to essentially make her quote unquote tighter for the husband. Right. And so that's what I'm saying. These are the things I've been learning. This is something that's been happening over like a millennia, right?
Wow.
It will just randomly happen where a doctor sometimes will even tell the husband, hey, I'll put an extra stitch in there for you. Now, I'm not sure if he'll believe that or not.
When I have a baby, I'm looking at my doctor like, yo.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't do none of that.
I'm just going to hit one of these.
Yeah, don't do any of that because she can get more infections. She actually will have like pain for the rest of her life because the muscle will stay stuck.
Yeah, it's just like if you improperly cast a wound.
Exactly.
It's going to heal improper, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wow, that's fucked.
You're right. So that's kind of like where that kind of comes down to, you know?
Have you ever from your perspective, have you ever had a situation where a woman came to you and was just like you don't have no place talking about this business. You don't have the credentials or the credit to talk about these type of women factors?
You know? No. It's actually kind of confusing, but now that you mention it, no. I've had like more people reach out to say, hey, I need to be careful in terms of talking about like gender and sex, just because of like the whole series is about like women's health, but it's really about like people who have uteruses, vaginas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is that if you're non-binary, if you're trans or anything of that sort, you are included in these conversations. But I'm saying the word women just because of the fact that it's like honestly, it's easier.
Plus,
I'm
it's
a
like,
black man, so it's
yeah,
kind of hard to like make it interesting for everybody included.
you
But
can't
at
say
this,
they.
huh? I mean, you can. They is a pronoun. Like it's an easy pronoun. Like, okay, if a nigga steals something from you and you don't know who they are, who did that? They did it. Like, so I just
Uh,
feel like it's a pronoun we use on a regular basis. It's just
uh,
not. We're not used to using it that way.
as an identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just not used to using it that way. But the thing is that is something that I know that was prevalent within the late 1800s, early 1900s. The first, I mean, what we're going through now in our administration, especially when it comes to trans folks, is that um, we see a lot of literature already being banned from schools and stuff like that because they touch on these topics.
Mhm.
But that happened in the 1920s during the Reconstruction era.
It's not the first time.
It's not the first time we've dealt with these kind of things. And so the only pushback that I've gotten from my series is literally just talking about sex and gender, just because of the fact that I'm not necessarily careful with my my terminology. But
Mm.
from women, cisgender women in general, I've never had that problem. Like I've never had like a woman saying, "Hey, you're not." You shouldn't be talking about this. It's
Exactly.
never been like that. And it's
Exactly.
because of the fact that I've been talking about these things with respect.
Mhm.
Like at the end of the day.
Exactly.
My goal is to make sure that
You're
like
informing people. Your
yeah,
content is informative.
right.
I mean,
So
informal.
they're not just random theories that I'm coming up with. And there have been situations where I have come up with a theory and then I've been told immediately I was wrong.
Mm.
So I'd rather that so this way we can all learn together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to start. I want to shift the interview from talking about more so about what you produce. I want to talk about the behind the scenes and how you produce it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you first started about this day to day series about women's health, what did you have? Was that the only? What other things did you have in the pot? Like, was it a situation where you're going like, I'm gonna try this, try that, and whatever?
Yeah, I was trying multiple different things. So like my goal last year was just I'm gonna get 10,000 followers. Like I didn't really have like much of a goal. It
Oh,
was
you
just trying.
superseded that, huh?
Yeah, right. I definitely did that. And so now, what it was is like I wanted to talk about anime, TV, movies, and try to like incorporate that into like different jokes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I used to do stand-up comedy, so I was like, I kind of got away from doing stand-up comedy and just started doing just straight up content creation and was trying to figure out like what different things I could do in terms of how like the best hooks I could start
Finding your
with.
niche.
Yeah, finding my niche. So I love talking about anime, love talking about movies, love talking about music. And when I found this particular niche, I just kind of concentrated on it just because I realized how much I didn't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to piggyback on a little bit of the insert you said there. You said you're a big anime and a big movie guy. I'm not a big anime guy.
Okay.
And my friends and my colleagues that are, they
Mm.
keep pressing me to watch One Piece.
Oh, that's hard to watch. That's hard to watch.
They keep be like, "This is the
That's-
best show ever. Your life is going to change. Watch the One Piece right now."
So One Piece is great, right? One Piece is dope. I love One Piece. At least from what I've watched so far, right? It's hard to get into that if you're not into like that particular art style. So if you're trying to watch something, it depends. When you watch anything, you watch it for the particular things like sci-fi, action, dramas, or anything like that. But you also pick it for the actors, the lighting, and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So when it comes to anime, a lot of the reason why you got into a certain anime is because of the art style.
Exactly.
I can understand why somebody who sees like,
Like I felt with Naruto.
yeah, Naruto's great. It's fantastic. I love Naruto too. I love that, Bleach, and a few others. But like, it's just like with One Piece, it starts off slow, but when it comes to the themes that are in the show, they're applicable to everything that happens around you.
I understand.
From relationships to, I mean, from genocide to different factions fighting governments and stuff like that. Different ways how to like look at like how you take care of another person and everything.
Mhm.
It's great.
Yeah, it is.
But you have to watch 1,000 episodes to really appreciate that.
They going back to back like the mailman.
Exactly. Exactly. And the thing is that like One Piece was a show that would come out weekly.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, so like you would never have to worry about when the next episode is going to come out. So just recently, I think now it's coming out like once every 2 weeks or once monthly, which is just difficult for a lot of people because the same thing's been happening for like 30 years.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's like one of the longest running shows, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the longest running show, longest running comic path. I think they sold more comics than Superman.
Exactly. Yeah. I heard that statistic.
Yeah, that manga is like absolutely fantastic overall, but it's hard to get into. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, it's hard to get into. I'm a nigga, man. I watch Menace to Society.
Okay.
Like, you telling me to watch One Piece. Like, I'm a nigga, man.
Well, yeah, it takes a while for you to get to those nigga moments. Like, you're not gonna get that until like episode 300, 400. Yeah, that's not what you're.
Holy moly.
Yeah. That's not what you're expecting.
I'm sorry to take that dynamic turn there. I didn't mean just to jump into anime like that.
No, it's not a problem at all. I love talking like we can talk about anything. Like it doesn't matter if we talk about anime or that. I mean, I've been trying to take different things that I've been watching on TV and stuff like that and put it into the content I watch. So like there's a few videos I've made where I'm like talking about talking about women's health, but I'll bring anime into it. Like now I'm watching a bunch of different like crime
Plus
drama.
Women like anime too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody likes any of these things. If we were watching any show like Breaking Bad or like Power or anything like that, wouldn't you want somebody to be able to explain health things with these shows?
It's more easy to understand.
Exactly.
It makes the palate easier. You know?
Exactly. You can digest it better.
Yes.
So that's the goal at the end of the day.
I want to. I'm sorry. Was you about to say something? I want to get into the dynamic where I remember we talked briefly before we started recording that you do get recognized by certain females and things in public.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like I told you.
How is that dynamic where like when you're out for the night on the town? I don't know if you're single or not, but does it make the land easier in regards to slaying them down? And does it help you with the this is information
in a relationship. This is in a relationship. I love her dearly. I love her dearly.
Oh, you're in a relationship?
I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
She will kill me. Okay. I don't know, babe. I love you. I love you dearly.
Hey,
is this camera on me? I love you, Cache. You're a wonderful woman. And I'm not slaying down nothing. Okay? Besides you.
This nigga had to make a disclosure.
Just want to make sure we have something clear. Is this camera on me? I want you to understand I'm in a relationship. I'm in love.
If she watched this, I had a question. It's typed down. Hey, I don't got nothing to do. I'm reading off the paper. So if she watching this, I'm reading off the paper. I don't got nothing to do. I'm reading off the paper. It's saying right here. How do you slay them down? I wrote
crazy. That's a crazy question in the first place. It's so funny.
I was about to take a dark turn.
No, it's fine. So, being recognized in public is crazy just because of the fact that, like, I'm literally grocery shopping, doing anything. I was helping a friend at a booth at the Baltimore Wine Festival.
I'm familiar, yeah.
Yeah, so she sells different skincare products. And while I was there was like multiple women who were like, "Hey, I know you," and would stop me. But they would put their hands in front of me like they're a magician. And so they're like trying to like, I know, like they extract the idea out of me. Like they're like
superpower, like
you. Yeah. And they're like, "I know you from somewhere. What you on?" And I'm like, "Online." And they're like, "That's it. You the guy that talk about vaginas and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." So, so that's different. It's weird talking to like our general friends about it, just because it's like it depends on who the person is. I've noticed that a lot of my female friends will literally tell me, "Hey, I see your stuff. It's amazing." My guy friends, they don't even see that shit no more. After the first like couple of weeks, they were like, "Yeah, I don't see that."
So, it's because that's not the content. Like they looking at like fucking drifting videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's going
that or a twerk video.
That's like, what I'm saying.
I know, and I get it. It's part of the algorithm. I get twerk videos. Like it's a part of the algorithm. Yeah, like you're going to see different videos and stuff like that. So like if you're not interested in talking about these things, it's not going to pop up for you. And in the way social media and AI is getting when it comes to the algorithm, like even the people who make different algorithms such as like for Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of these things, they don't even know how the algorithm is going to work unless they put tweaks into it.
Exactly.
So
You don't know anything. Everything is an experiment for the
yeah,
next video.
yeah,
You don't necessarily know this is it. You just curate exactly what your niche is.
right.
Especially it's like a balance because like you're doing that with the algorithm, like in your audience, then it's
Mhm.
like that perfect balance that you
Yeah.
see to find.
But I will say, I mean, ultimately, so where were you going with the question? Like, how do I slay it down? Now I need to know. Like, when you put those words together.
For the lady watching this,
No, I'm not worried about that. I know
it was typed down. It's a question.
No, I gotta ask you.
I was basically more so talking about like just, of course, like when you learn about women health and you learn about women in general, you tend to have the know how to, you tend to learn what you know what I mean? You tend to learn how to approach a woman more appropriately than just a nigga watching drifting videos.
I mean, so you would think that. I feel like it's the opposite in a way. Like, because like I'm empathizing more. So now I'm like extra careful when I'm like talking to women, which is like kind of wild in a way, because there's now times where I like, even within this conversation, right? We're talking about these topics. We know how when we started this, there was a hesitation not to curse.
Mm.
Yeah. It's like when a woman walks into a barbershop, all of a sudden niggas stop talking. It's like it's like all of a sudden we don't want to talk about the shit we were talking about. It's like but that doesn't make sense because they live in the world that we live in.
Exactly.
They have to deal with the brunt of everything more so than what we do. So it's like we should be able to have more conversation, but at the same time, it's because of the fact that I know so much now. I'm like, I want to ask more questions, but like that's kind of weird to ask, you know?
Walk up on the show like, shorty, you look like you got that. What's that shit called? What you say? Let me say, ask Siri again.
What, the endometriosis part?
Endometriosis.
Okay, endometriosis. I can help you with this one. This one I can talk about because my mom has it.
Okay.
So when it comes to the uterus, right?
Mm-hmm.
The inner lining of the uterus is called the endometrium. That's the part that essentially like comes out every single time she has a period.
Mm-hmm.
So over the basic idea is that if it's 28 days in the average period, right?
Mm-hmm.
For 21 of those days, that endometrium lining is growing over time.
Okay.
That lining is literally there to basically become a placenta if there's a fertilized egg there.
Exactly.
Okay. So with that being said, that's supposed to be there, right? So like think of I'm trying to think of the best way. Imagine like the pipes in your house.
Okay.
Okay. The pipes in your house, they're supposed to be in those walls.
Mm-hmm.
But it's supposed to be in those walls. You know exactly where they're supposed to be. Endometriosis is those pipes are now in your microwave. They're in your fridge. They're like in the attic somewhere. They're like coming outside of your bed. They're in random places where they shouldn't be. So they're called endometrium-like cells because they're not exactly the same exact cells, but they could be in your eyeball, they could be in your tongue, they could be in your lung, they could be like fusing certain organs together.
God diggity.
And look, I know it's like uncomfortable. No, it's fine.
I wish I would have never asked this question.
No, but why? Why do you feel awkward about talking about these things?
Because it hurt.
I mean, yeah, but
it sounds like it hurt. Not if
no.
But
me. So imagine when she's going through the hormonal changes to have her period at that point, those cells are reacting the same way. So she's now bleeding out in random parts of her body. So it's like you could have those particular cells in your lungs, and all of a sudden you're just like, I mean, not necessarily coughing up blood, but you feel pain in your chest every single time you're having your period. Or now a lot of the things, it could be around your pelvis or right outside of the uterus, right? So the uterus will sit in between the colon and the bladder.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with you.
All right. So the thing is that when endometriosis happens, it basically is like a clump of cells that will stick certain organs together and fuse them together.
Mm.
There's a thing that is called a frozen pelvis, and basically there's so many muscles, right? There's so many like muscles and tissues that are essentially like um, that are fused together that it's hard to move.
And I'm pretty sure you can't just take a Tylenol for that.
No, you can't do any of that. And what's crazy is that because of this particular disease, it's not like you can just like easily remove it, right? So like yeah, you can have surgery and stuff like that
Mhm.
to like go in and cut it out in different parts of your body,
Mhm.
but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's over with, right?
Okay.
The reason why I say that is just because of the fact that one, it's very complicated because of the fact that when you're looking for these things, it could be anywhere, and you're
Wow.
not going to really diagnose it until you're cut open.
Wow.
So
Until it's too late.
yeah. Well, essentially, I mean, is the thing is you can't die from this. Generally speaking, there is like endometrial cancer, but like it's not necessarily that you're going to die from endometriosis. It's very rare for that to happen.
Mhm.
But the thing is that it's very painful. So it can imagine you telling a doctor these particular symptoms, and they're just like, "So your nose is always bleeding every single time you have your period? That's kind of crazy." I mean, take a Tylenol. Must be in your head. That's kind of
Hey,
wild.
yo.
Like, and it's you could be telling somebody something every single time, like, hey, I'm feeling pain near my lungs or like near my back
Every time you get
every
your
single time I
period.
have my period and or around my period, but they're not believing you about this particular situation. The only way that they can realistically diagnose it is by cutting you open. So that's what's so wild about it is like they can't really find it until that happens. So they can treat it. There's different ways that you can treat it, but like it's just very difficult to figure that out. So and you can take like different birth control and stuff like that, which is a very controversial thing at times because a lot of different problems when it comes to women's health
Mhm.
is throwing birth control at women.
Exactly.
But like when someone says that, I just found out recently, did you know there's like 80 different like doses of birth control that women can take?
Yeah, it's a whole bunch.
It's a whole bunch. I didn't know.
And it's like you could be allergic to half of them. You could be allergic to like even like you don't know until like you taking it. Ain't that right?
Well, I don't know about being allergic per se. It's like different doses of like estrogen, testosterone, progesterone,
Oh.
like different hormones and stuff like that.
Oh.
It's not necessarily like you taking like penicillin or anything
Mm.
like that. It's more so like if you get older as a man, right? There are a lot of men these days who are like 40, 50 who are now taking like testosterone, right?
Yeah.
You have to have like different doses of that. You don't want to give too much of anything because you might be like biting through your bed. That's crazy. I don't want. Wait, what am I saying? Um, you might be just
Ripping
yelling at
skin off a
someone,
bit.
ripping the skin off. Just being a roided out man. You don't want that. It's the same difference when it comes to like birth control. Like there's certain doses that are going to help them and some
Mhm.
that don't. And the worst part about it is that you kind of have to experiment to figure that out.
Mhm.
But how long can you go through pain or exhaustion or anything like that until you do find out?
Mhm.
And most of medicine is designed to take care of us.
Mhm.
I mean, well, black men, that's up for
Yeah.
debate.
We just need a cigarette and a ginger ale.
Yeah, right,
Like-
exactly. That's up for debate. But like at the same time, but when it comes to like women on the other hand, it's hard. It's hard to figure out like what's going on with them
Yes.
because a lot of science is not geared for them.
Yes, exactly. So I want to, as we get to the closing arguments, as we say towards this interview,
Yeah.
I do want to ask you specifically, what do you think men should take away to better understand about women's health?
It's cliche, but communication.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to talk to the woman that you are in love with or around, regardless of if that's your sister, your mother, your niece, whoever, just figuring out what's going on with them at a personal level. If they go to the doctor or they mention that they went to the gynecologist, ask questions like what happened in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy that a lot of the people around us they have a muted life around us.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you are dating somebody, I can think of so many different exes. I never knew what brand she would use when it comes to like pads or tampons.
Shit.
They hide it from us because they're taught from a young age to hide it. if they go to the gynecologist, think about the last 5 people you dated. If they went to the doctor, you would know why they went to the doctor. But if they went to the gynecologist, you probably either A, never heard about it, or B, don't know what happened when she was in the gynecologist's office.
No, for real. I remember specifically, I remember when I first learned about birth control, I was thinking about, I'm like, so you telling me the bitches I fucked before, I don't know what they was on?
No.
I ain't know nothing. I was just out there.
You literally don't know any of these things.
I ain't know nothing.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah. It is.
Exactly. So
That's
it's like
crazy.
it's being able to start those conversations that are uncomfortable because we never had these conversations.
Mhm.
And if you're able to at least start them, you can get somewhere else with it. Like if they're taking birth control, what type of birth control are you taking? How's that actually make you feel when you take that particular birth control? If you're off of it, how does that feel? Like, is your cycle too long, too little? What's going on with you?
Mhm.
It's a crazy list of questions, but as long as you tell them, hey, I'm uncomfortable talking about this, but I want to ask, they'll probably feel better and more comfortable around you.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And that's the best advice I could give.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I might have asked Shorty what birth. Let me text him.
What
What birth control you on?
Like I said, start off with saying, hey, I know we don't normally talk about this, but I want to learn more about you.
Yeah, no, for real. In regards of your content creation, I know for now it just seems where I'm trying to really get a glimpse of, from your perspective, the bigger picture. Where do you see how far this can go rather than just
I mean, the goal at the end of the day is to make a show. I want to be able to be in front of like an audience talking about these things that apply to people around the world. It doesn't matter if we're talking about women's health, like that is something that I've talked about for the last year. But if we're talking about important topics that people want to hear about from experts around the world, that's the goal. Want to be in a nice suit with a desk and talking about that, and I would love to do that. The starting off point is going to be making a Patreon, making a YouTube channel, being able to get these messages out there. But that is the official goal. I want to be great, man.
take it all the way?
Yeah.
World domination is what I say.
That's what I'm talking about.
I call it world domination.
Right.
Well, personally, just for me, and just from what I've seen from your content, I'm definitely am inspired, and I definitely do commend you for your dedication, because when I look at your content and I actually watch it throughout the whole videos, you're not just talking about like, yeah, girls pussy stink. Like you're actually like, yeah, in 1854 this doctor did this. You're not just like, yeah, wash your pussy, girl. Like, you know, that's why I do commend you for that. This is respectful, because I personally just mean, let alone in the day and age we live in, it's hard to find an entertaining content that's informal, that's not practically brain rot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I use that for myself, you know, and it's just great to know that it's another black man out there, for one, going to the library, using that library card. That's what y'all need to do.
Right.
For two, informing us men, and for three, you have the voice of the ladies, you know. You can hear them. You have your ear to the streets to hear what they're saying. Not necessarily saying you're a woman spokesman, but it's just like, just from your experience, you know what I'm saying?
No, what's crazy is I do feel like a woman spokesman at this point. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it actually feels good to do this, because I learn from a lot of other women's channels that I feel like give better information. They just can't get the word out because people aren't listening to them because they're women. So like, I do feel proud about that. I'm really happy to be that guy.
No, you are that guy, 100%.
Yeah.
This is the closing segment where we get to ask rapid questions.
Oh, I bet.
And before I start, do you guys want to implement anything into the rapid question pool? Anything you want to add?
Yeah.
Drake or Kendrick?
Okay.
Hey man, we need another 30 minutes. This is supposed to be rapid questions.
It's the rapid questions. Kendrick, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was just telling you about
I know. My bad, bro.
Stop the interview. Delete the footage.
No, I understand. I get it. Like, it's not that I don't like Drake. I like both of them. I'm just saying, if you were to give me two choices, I'm going to say Kendrick over Drake.
Are you from here?
Huh? I'm from Columbia, Maryland, but yeah.
She's not even from LA. I would have about to say you was a Crip or something.
No.
Are you claiming Kendrick,
Wait,
man?
he's not from Drake's not from here.
I know.
He's Canadian.
I know. But
but
Canada is closer to here than fucking Los Angeles.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah. But he also acts like he's from everywhere.
Yeah, that nigga.
So
that nigga got a Houston ID.
Houston ID. Like, he's French at sometimes, talking about drill music. He's doing all sorts of stuff. Like, right. Yeah, I mean, look, if we're just talking about the vibe of things, if I'm driving down the street, it depends on what type of mood I'm in. 90% of the time, I'm probably going to put Drake on more so than Kendrick if I'm trying to vibe. But if I'm going for a lyricism,
this nigga Cotton, please, man.
Oh,
this nigga Cotton, please. Just say Drake. Just say Drake, bro.
No, nigga. Like, it depends. If he shows up, I'm not like it's a playlist thing. It's a playlist thing. It really depends on what I'm putting on my playlist. I will say in my playlist, Kendrick is there more than Drake.
Hey, yo.
He knows it. Like,
hey, I'm not going to judge, man. This is a platform where we don't judge.
But you judge it, and
but you ain't shit. I'm fucking with you. Honestly, I never really took a personable side of it. It's just all good music at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If I had an OVO chain, then I probably would have swung on you.
Oh yeah.
If I had an OVO chain, if I had an owl on my neck, right. I would have jumped over the stage.
But I do the Kendrick push-ups. I'm not sure you're ready for that. I'm not sure you're ready. I'm not sure you're ready for that. Okay.
Yo, I feel like Kendrick Lamar, when you dropped the music video of him doing push-ups, it's just like the ultimate. Was that corny to me? I feel like
that was corny to you. That was scary.
It was scary, but it was borderline. Like, I don't know. He didn't.
A nigga in slides doing push-ups. And then doing like chin-ups.
When he stood up, he hit one of these.
He stood up.
He hit one of these.
He's doing burpees and everything, and he's doing this at the same time. Very militant. Yeah, jail shit. They're like, very militant.
Hey, he probably beat my ass, but hey, OVO.
Hey, that's fine. That's okay.
I'm joking.
No,
to each your own in this platform. But let's
rapid question.
Now we're in rapid question. The segment. Right. The first one is: what is the most underrated topic in regards to women's health that you feel should be brought up more?
Fibroids. Okay. 70% of women, 80% of Black women will have a tumor in her uterus. It's crazy. It's wild. It will grow, and sometimes she can die from it. And it's just kind of wild that we don't talk about it more.
Fibroids.
Fibroids.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Second one. What is the worst comment you received on a video, and what was the video?
The worst comment?
Worst comment. Well, you was like, it was like you uploaded a video about a woman's health, and a bitch comment like, "Hey, you ain't right, boy."
Oh no, I mean, there's been a few niggas that just said you a bitch ass nigga and just left it at that, like, and period. Like
video about cleansing out a woman's vagina, like, yo, you a bitch.
Yeah, no, for real. Like it was very, very fast, very quick. I can't think of anything else that because most of the time, if a man comments under any of my videos and he's talking crazy, there's like 17,000 women that will just come in and just roast him alive.
I've seen it in my own eyes.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't really even need to fight myself.
And to kind of piggyback when we first talked about education into the educational system in regards to sex ed, if you had to send in the high school health sex ed class and you had to submit one of your videos in for class, what would be one of the videos?
Okay. It would be talking about testing medicine on animals. So, okay, just follow me real quick. There's a lot of different medicines that you would have to test on animals first before they come to human trials, right? It's insane, but because quote unquote female hormones are complicated, they'll test that medicine on male mice and won't test on female mice.
Hey,
so they literally part of the study will be messed up because of the fact that they're not testing it on
a female
species.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
It's really fucked up. Yeah. So I would send that video specifically to high schools because it's like it would start the curiosity of if this is messed up, what else is messed up? Mm. Yeah.
No, for real.
Kind of like fucks you up, right? Like,
No. We're fucks.
Yeah, it's real bad, bro.
We're fucked.
It's real fucked up, man.
And then watching your videos, it reminds me of this guy I knew back in high school when I used to play basketball. And like every day, like we'll be finished practice a game or something. He'll be sweaty, musty. And he'll be like, he'll go to it. He made it a thing to be like, now I'm about to go to my girl house and fuck her with a dirty
Yo, I
bitch.
think about that shit all the time.
Yo,
I think about that shit all the time now.
I'm like, yo, that girl is dead.
Yeah, exactly. You inviting so much nonsense to her body right now.
Like, bro, we just played 5 games of 5-on-5 full court basketball.
Like, why are you bringing musty dick to her like doorstep? That's crazy to me.
She has a shower in her house. Gang.
Yeah, you could take a shower, gang. Like, what's wrong with you?
He made it a thing. Like, no, like she liked that shit. Like, yeah,
no. Now that is a moment of like somebody projecting their power to feel better about themselves. But like, yeah, no, it's.
I don't even want to be around myself after that much sweatiness.
Yeah, bro, I don't even touch my girl if I'm sweating too much. I gotta take a shower. I got to. You want to be clean,
bro, for real, bro.
Like, right.
Whatever. Both of them, the nigga them people that did that, and the girls that they did it to, both of them, they all did. They all died of COVID. They didn't get vaccines or nothing. They just gone.
That's crazy.
As we close out, you already answered pretty much my last rapid fire question when I was saying what's next. You already said you want to be able to produce your own shows, to be behind the camera, to either inform more people. So I pretty much, you already answered that. So I only have to ask you that. In closing, do you have any questions for me? Do you feel like I missed over any topics?
Oh no, I feel like you kind of went over all the general things that I normally talk about. I guess my question for you is there something you want to learn, like, specifically about women? No,
I feel like I'm honestly just watching content, just studying for this video. I feel like you already answered all of my questions I had about the female.
I know, I get you.
So yeah, if you had those questions, I feel like if a viewer watching, you should leave a comment specifically what you have, and hopefully he's watching the comments to help you out and be like, "Hey man, get your shit together, wash that dick."
Yeah. Yes, wash that dick. That's so cool.
If you don't get nothing else from this episode, man. I know it's only like 7 men that watch this episode.
Right. Wash that dick, get tested. Wash that dick, get tested.
For herpes.
Yes, also for herpes.
Yes, man. Well, yeah, I definitely just wanted to get acquainted with you to begin with. I definitely want to have you back just to more so talk about the behind the scenes that I didn't really want to double down to as far as content creation, as far as producing viral content, shit like that. But we'll be able to cover that over the next time if you're willing to.
I would love to.
Yes. So, in closing, is there anything you want to say to your viewers watching this in closing?
Hey, thank you guys for watching me for the past year. It has been a crazy ride. I'm going to keep this going. It's been wild, the fact that you've been so supportive of this particular journey, and I appreciate every single one of you. Like, thank you so much for just believing in me. So, thank you.
And I don't have anything to say to you guys. So, in closing, thank you again for tuning in for another great episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. And I hope you tune into to the next episode when he comes to return about us to teach you how to become a viral sensation as this handsome young fella here. Until then, like, subscribe, all that good old stuff, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.